Alright, one more video to do and then I'm done for right now. How's it going, everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac and I'm here with a video that's long overdue that I was supposed to do a long time ago. And it is a Fire Force video of Season 1. Season 1 Fire Force. I have been meaning to do this for the longest time. And because of that, that means that some of the details are going to be fuzzy. So I have Hulu open, all the descriptions for the episodes are there. If I forget something, if I forget some names. But yeah. As of right now, this is for season 1. Season 1 only. I have to watch season 2. And once I do that, I'll make a video on it. I'll make a video on season 2 and it's going to be lit. But as of right now, season 1. So, Fire Force starts off with this character, Shinra Kusakabe. And this dude has been working for the longest time to become a Fire Force member. Fire Force are basically like firefighters. That's literally all it is. They're firefighters. But this world is different from the usual world. Our usual world. This world has pyrokinetics, you know? Fire people. Some people have fires, some people have fire powers, some people don't. And some people have varying levels of fire powers. Like Shinra Kusakabe, the main character, he's a third generation. He's a third generation pyrokinetic. And then we have a character in the show called Maki. Maki or yeah, Maki. Because then you have the other girl. Oh my goodness, I'm legit trying to find her name. Tamaki, there you go, that's not her. Okay, so, yeah, Maki is a second generation pyrokinetic. There's levels to it, you know? And, as of right now, I don't know if there's a first generation kinetic, because they haven't mentioned it in the show. But, yeah, it's basically what it is. Everybody has different level or different varying levels of power, and everybody uses their power differently. So yeah. And Shinra, he gets enlisted into Company 8, which is ran by a dude named Captain Obi, Lieutenant where well, that was Thunder and Lightning. Huh. I don't remember this lieutenant's name. Of course I don't. Sabana. Hinawa, there you go, Lieutenant Hinawa. You have Maki. And honestly, I think there's only 3 people in that company until Shinra joins. Oh no, there's what's her name? Alright, there's a 4th person in the company. There's Iris. Iris is a church priestess girl. And basically, the way they do things is that what's it called? There are things called infernals in this world, and infernals are people who get corrupted and turned into just literal fire monsters in the show. Like, it can happen out of nowhere. It's spontaneous human combustion. And so the way some of these companies do it, because church is or religion is a huge part of some of the companies, they have priestesses who are there to say a prayer every time that an inferno gets extinguished. And Iris is one of them. So Shinra joins, he goes through his first round of infernos, getting to know everybody, getting to get used to his power and all that. Just getting to feel things out, you know? Second episode has a character called Arthur Boyle who joins, and he's basically, he thinks that he's King Arthur. And Arthur and Shinra have history because they hate each other completely. Shinra is known as like the smiling demon or something like that, and Arthur is known as Arthur Pendragon because he thinks he's King Arthur. And they hate each other. They're always fighting. And so the reason Shinra's called the Smiling Demon is because when his okay, so there was an incident when Shinra was younger, when he was like 6, 7 years old, where his family got turned into infernals, and they both died in the incident. And he was seen smiling, but the only reason Shinra smiles in situations like that is because it's a nervous tick of his. If he's nervous or if he's extremely like just anxious, he will start smiling. That's it's just a response that his body has whenever that happens. And so I think that's really adorable. I think it's really wholesome. Like when you notice the tick come through, like nonchalantly and subtly in like some scenes when he starts smiling, but you know he's nervous. It's such a nice attention to detail. I think it's really cool. But yeah, Arthur and Shinra have beef, but you know, Lieutenant's like, yeah, you guys are some bums, so don't do that. And next episode, they have a whole tournament. Well, not tournament, but an exam where a lot of the first years who got recruited to the Fire Force have to do an exam to like test out their skills and everything, just an evaluation basically. And during the evaluation, while Shinra and Arthur are going through it, and we meet a character called Tamaki. There's a dude who shows up, and this dude's name is Joker. And he's there like, hey, Shinra, how you doing? You been doing good? He was like, that's cool. I'm here to beat you up. And then Shinra's trying his best to hold him off, and she's like, man, you're whack. And so they start fighting even more, and Joker's like, all right, well, I gotta go, Shinra. It was nice playing with you, but you'll be seeing more of me from now on, later. And so that happened, and Arthur and Tamaki are like, what is going on, bro? And she's like, we need to get out of here. This building's about to collapse. And so, well, that's going on. Everything's falling down, and Shinra gets out. And the evaluation basically gets canceled because there was an unexpected infernal in there and an intruder. And so Shinra's talking to Obi, his captain, and he's just like, yo, what is going on, man? Why are things like this happening? And Obi's like, Shinra, here at our company, we're here to find out the truth about infernals and about the corruption going on in each one of the companies. And you're a like-minded individual, like me and everybody else in our company. So would you care to join me in finding the truth? He's like, yeah, of course, let's do it. And now Shinra's a part of that. He's a truth seeker. And so, one thing I neglected to mention during all this was that there was a company member who was there at the scene where Shinra's family died, basically. And this dude's name was Leonard Burns, right? Captain Burns. He's a company member or a company one. And yeah, what's it called? Shinra sees this and he recognizes him and he tries to go up to him, but he can't, you know. Leonard obviously recognizes him, but he's neglecting to talk to him because he knows a lot more than he seems to know. And so, yeah, he gets brushed off by Burns. And now Shinra makes it his goal to try and find him. But before that, there's another arc that happens where Iris basically has a sort of like somewhat family member in one of the companies, and she's a captain of Company 5, I think. I don't remember her company name, but yeah, she's under the thumb of Hajime Industries, and Hajime Industries is a science corporation. Really corrupt. Really, really corrupt. We don't know how exactly, but we know that they're corrupt. And so, Iris sees that Habana's just so, or that the company leader, Habana, who was like there with Iris since like she was young in the church that they used to go to together. Basically like sisters, right? And so she's just like, bro, why are you so different? Why are you being so rude to people? And she's like, you haven't seen what I've seen, Iris. And so Shinra goes over to her because Iris was kidnapped by her. And Shino's just like, "You stupid," and she's like, "No, I'm not." And then he's like, why'd you kidnap your friend?" And she's just like, "I don't know." And so Shino smacks some sense into her. And yeah, now basically Shinra has this girl swooning over him. Like if you want to think about it a way, if you watch One Piece, it's like when Boa Hancock swoons over Luffy. It's like that. That's the relationship that they have now. So it was a short arc. Basically, just Shinra went over to Company 5 to save Iris along with Arthur and Maki and Lieutenant Hinua. Or Hinawa, excuse me. And now Hibana is helping out Company E. And the next arc here is an arc. Oh, my controller's about to. Let me get my charger. The next arc here is about Company 1, the company that Mr. Leonard Burns is in. And so this arc is basically used as a way to introduce us to this crew, but at the same time it's used as an investigation to find out if they're trustworthy, if we can trust what they're doing, and have them help us investigate, the truth and all that. So there are three people there in Company 1 that are lieutenants. You have Lieutenant Rekka. Oh, I can't see who this is. There's. Well, I gotta look up their names because I can't remember. There you go. There's Karim Flam, and where's the rest of them? Huo Yan Li. There you go, Yan Li. All right, so you have three people. You have Lieutenant Rekka, Lieutenant Karim Flam, and you have Huo Yan Li. And at the top of it all is the leader, Captain Burns, Captain Leonard Burns. Fire name, by the way. I think the fact that his name is Leonard Burns is so fire. But yeah, they're investigating Shinra, Arthur, and Maki. Maki's just there as like formality, while Shinra and Arthur are supposed to investigate everything. And they find Karim Flam, and they think like, oh, maybe he's the what's it called, the traitor. But no, it turns out actually that it's Rekka, Lieutenant Rekka, the happy-go-lucky, jovial guy. Because after they sparred with both of them, with Karim and with Rekka. Rekka goes over to Tamaki and she's like, "Oh yeah, I trust you so much." And Rekka, using and abusing this trust, he's like, "All right, then come over with me." And he brings her over to a couple of kids and he's like, "I'm gonna show you something." And he pulls out a bug that can turn people into infernals. And so he turns one of them into an infernal, and Tamaki just starts gasping in fear, like, "Wait, you're the traitor?" And so he's like, "I'm not a traitor. I've always been an evangelist." And evangelists are people who can turn people into infernals with bugs. They're their own type of faction, like separated from the church, who follow the sun god. Basically. And so evangelists are an antagonist group. I forgot the name of the thing that. Where is it? Where's is he? I don't remember the name. Like I don't remember the name of his power. Um, how's she? I mean, might as well let me know. She's 20. Fire. All right. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the power that they keep calling him by, but I forgot it. This is why I should have done this earlier when I finished the season, but I didn't because I was busy. So stupid. Like, all right, but yeah. So that's going on. Rekka gets found out by Shinra because Tamaki uses her flame to just fire up and increase her flame so Shinra can see him or see them from the sky. And Shinra has a flame ability where like he has flames coming out of his feet, so he can basically fly with that. And yeah, he goes over to Tamaki, he saves her, and he bodies Rekka. Like, oh my goodness. And Karim comes in, and Hua Yan Li comes in as well. And it's just like, Rekka, what are you doing? And he's just like, evangelist. And then two other members of the evangelist group snipe Rekka, and they kill him, basically. And they try to kill Shinra and Karim and all that, but they can't because they're just playing tactically and being smart about how they use their power. So they leave. And now Tamaki's just like, bro, he betrayed me. And he's just like, don't worry, I'm here. And Tamaki's power, fan service power, we don't talk about it. We're just not going to talk about it. It's not important to the story. And so, now it's time to go over the arc, one of my favorite arcs, honestly. The arc in Asakusa with Benimaru. Oh man. Alright, so now Company 8 is sent to investigate some events going on in Company 7's jurisdiction. And the leader of Company 7 is Benimaru. Benimaru is sick. And Benimaru goes over, or basically like, is kind of a leader in Asakusa. And things happen differently in Asakusa. They don't pray for people who get sent off. They destroy the city for people who get sent off as infernals, as a one big final shebang for your existence. The fact that you lived this long and did so many things for other people. You deserve for the whole town to be destroyed in your honor. And that's how they do things in Asakusa. And as of the beginning, like when they get there, like some things are shaky between Company 7 and Company 8, but they start to get to know each other. They have this dude named Conro who used to be the leader. Oh, they have the leader Conro who used to be the leader of Company 8, but Benimaru took over for reasons. And so they're helping the town reconstruct, but a bad guy, shows up as usual. And they what's it called? They make doppelgangers of the characters. So there's a lot of confusion going on. And Benimaru takes this as an act of aggression against the Company 8 because he thinks that they're the ones causing this. And so they're telling him like, yo, dog, we're not the ones doing this. Stop being an idiot. Alright? And he doesn't believe him, so they have to prove it basically. And they help out the town basically. They start going around helping out, take down infernals and helping the citizens. And Conroe goes over to Benimaru and he's like, dog, they are not bad people. Please just help them out. And Conroe tells him again, like, you're the leader of this town. They listen to you. This is up to you. Even though I was the leader before, you are the leader now and they believe in you. So tell them. And so Benimaru was like, hey, everybody, I'm the leader. I'm going to take down this inferno. All you guys have to do is beat the crap out of each other. And so that's what they do. They start beating each other up to see which one's the clone and which one's real. And Company 8, on the other hand, is just like, alright, well, that's a one way of solving something. And so now they're going through trying to find the inferno that's been set out by the evangelists who are doing this now. And so they're doing that, and They find the evangelist. Shinra can't do anything against this. He's just struggling because they're tapping into his power, his flame power. I forgot the name of his power too. Like I'll know I remember it once season 2 comes around and I watch it, but I really forgot the name of it. Like, but yeah, Shinra and Arthur trying to take down the Inferno, but then Benimaru shows up. And he's just like, guys, leave this to me. I got this. And so Benimaru does some crazy Naruto type stuff, like One Piece type stuff, where he goes up into the sky and changes the whole color spectrum of the show, and he defeats the Inferno. It's just so cool. I love this arc. I think this arc is so cool because of Benimaru and Conroe and Company 7. I think Company 7's fire, ironically. But yeah, that's Company 7's arc. Now it's time to get to Vulcan's arc, where basically yeah, okay. Basically, Vulcan is a member, or not even a member of any Fire Force company. He's just a really good engineer. We're almost done, by the way. I just need one more arc in Aftermath, but that's basically it. So, Obi has Shinra and Arthur go over to a dude named Vulcan, who's an engineer, and they need an engineer because they can't take care of the equipment by themselves. They're not good at it. So they go over there. Vulcan's clearly not willing to work with them because of his teachings that his grandfather and father taught him. Like these people, Hajima Industries, the church, the company, they're not good people. Like they're not good people at all. And so he's just like, all right, I'm not gonna work with you, even though you guys are cool people. Like it's him. Oh, excuse me. It's Shinra, Arthur, and Iris actually who go over. And so they're just having a good time. They're having a good laugh because Vulcan is with 3 people, right, including himself. It's okay, yeah, it's Vulcan, you, and Lisa. And Lisa's voice actor, I think, is Erica Limbeck. I don't remember if it's her exactly, but it's the person who voices Suzuha in Science Gate, or Lisa, or not Lisa, Lucy from Fairy Tail. But yeah, so on the other hand, while you have stuff going on in Company 8, you know, this dude called Victor Licht, he's really sketchy guy, and he's assigned as their researcher, their scientist for Company 8. And so he's just there now, and he's weird. He's a really weird dude. But his English voice actor is really good, so I don't mind him too much. But yeah, back to Vulcan stuff. Vulcan's just talking to them because they've shown that they're good people. You trust them, and Lisa is alright with them. So that he's just talking, and I'm like, listen, you guys are really cool people. You guys have helped me out, but I can't join you guys. Like, I can't bring myself to help you guys out because of Hajima and just stuff like that. It's hard, you know. So I'm always gonna be thankful for what you've done, but I can't join. I'm sorry. And so, like, all right, that's fine. You know, we're not gonna force you to do anything. Later, check you out, man. And all right, and then Dr. Giovanni from one of the companies. I think it's Company 3, actually, where he's from. He comes over and he's just like, yo, Vulcan, you're trash. Give me the stuff that your grandfather made. Blah, 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 blah. And Vulcan's like, no, I'm not doing that, dog. Suck my testicles. And then he's just like, alright, bet you made it you made it the hard thing. You made it hard for me. Now you're gonna pay for it. And Shinra, Arthur, and Iris are there just like, yo, let's help out. And so they do that. They do just that. They go through, they help out, they beat some of the guys that are with Dr. Giovanni who are evangelists. And so, oh man, they go over to Vulcan, they help him out. And we find out that Lisa's actually somebody working for Giovanni. Because Giovanni brainwashed her, basically gaslit her to basically becoming a member to help her him out in her cause. Oh, excuse me, a member to help out him in his cause. There you go. And so Vulcan's like, bro, Lisa, what why are you doing this, dog? And she's just like, I love you, and she leaves. And so Vulcan's devastated, and he's like, all right, I'll join you guys. You guys helped me out a lot. Time to get back Lisa. And so now we're at the final arc of the show, the Nether. And this is crazy, honestly. This is really crazy. Because let me just get into it. I don't know how long this video is right now, but let's just get into it. So the final arc of the season 1, the Nether. Company 8 has to go down to the Nether because of mysterious things going on down there, and because of rumors of the Evangelist being down there. Lo and behold, they were right, because they find Dr. Giovanni there and the Evangelist. But they get split up doing so. So Obi and Vulcan are together fighting Lisa and Giovanni. Maki, Iris, and Tamaki are fighting some other guy who was with them in the sniper thing during Rekka stuff. And Shinra and Licht are together. And this is where things get crazy, right? So Shinra's brother, right? Shinra's brother was revealed to be Sho Kusakabe, and he's alive. But the crazy thing about that is that he's the leader of the Evangelists. And he doesn't remember a thing about Shinra. Because when Shinra's mom and Sho's mom died, Sho was a baby, basically. And the Evangelist took Sho in because he has the same power that Shinra does, but on a bigger scale. On a way bigger scale. And so now Shinra sees Sho there, and he's just like, bro, it's been so long. And he's like, I do not know you. Even though he really does. And so now Shinra and Sho have to fight. So Shinra can get his memories back into his brother. And Licht is just there like, bro, this is crazy. And so let me just go over the other fights first. Vulcan, or actually no, Tamaki, Maki, and Iris, they beat up their guy. They do that. And then they go help out to help out Lieutenant Hinua. Crazy fight, honestly. This fight was really cool because, you know, he's a master at arms with a bunch of weapons, with a bunch of guns, I should say. This dude, he has second generation powers, so he uses fire to basically enhance his bullets and all that, and his weapons. So it's really cool. His fights are cool. So after Tamaki, Iris, and Maki help do their fight, they go help out Hinua. And you can tell that I didn't think that their fight was that interesting with Iris, Maki, and Tamaki. I didn't really care that much because I barely remember it. So that's but don't let me decide your opinion, you know? So whatever you think of it is whatever you think of it. But regardless, their fights are done. Now it's time for Vulcan and Obi versus Giovanni and Lisa. Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's going on. Vulcan and Obi are there just boxing out Giovanni. Giovanni's using Lisa as a way to get Vulcan to stop, basically to relieve pressure, right? Using her as a hostage, while she's also using her kinetic powers. And so Vulcan's just trying to persuade Lisa, like, yo, we lived together for so long, you know, like blah blah blah. Appealing to her emotions. And then Obi's over here like, dog, I'm beating the crap out of Giovanni. You can go talk to her. And so that's going on. Obi beats up what's his face, Giovanni. I do not remember his kinetic power. He was okay, I guess. Alright. I'm probably gonna cut that out in the video later, but whatever. So yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. Okay, so Vulcan and Obi are fighting Giovanni and Lisa. They win. Lisa she starts realizing, you know, Vulcan's basically the only real person that cared for her. Giovanni raised Lisa, but she and him do not have a great relationship. It is more like a gaslighting situation than it really is a father-daughter situation. So Yeah, that's how it is. They win their fight. Now it's time for Shinra versus Sho. And what's it called? They're fighting. Sho is way better than Shinra because he's using his oh my gosh. Where is it? Oh yeah, Arthur. I forgot he's there. Yeah, he does stuff. Adola burst. Oh my gosh, that's what they're called. They're called Adola burst. Shinra and Sho have Adola burst. Not a lot of people have Adola burst. So that means that they're chosen, you know? They're special. And Sho is able to use his Adola burst because he connected with God basically. And he's using it really well and his power is represented by that. Shinra has an Adola burst, but he's not good with it. He doesn't even know what it really is. And so his Adola burst is basically unlocked during this fight when he's fighting Sho because Sho is using like time warping manipulation, excuse me, and space time warping, you know, all that stuff. It's weird. And so Sho is just slowing down time, you know, doing whatever he needs to do, while Shinra's speeding up time with his Adola burst because he unlocked it. And things are getting crazy, you know. Shinra's just hitting Sho in all the emotional spots, like this is what happened, blah 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 blah, telling him everything that he needs to do, you know, everything he needs to know. And Sho gets knocked back into his senses, and now he realizes, yo, this is my brother. And so, oh man, what's it called? The truth is revealed that what's it called? The evangelists were the ones that turned Sho's mother into an inferno and took him away from his home because of what's it called? Because of the fact that he has an Adola burst. And so the evangelists again are the ones who take him away after everybody in Company 8 shows up. And so now it's just like, all right, what do we do? Things are bad. And they're just like, all right, you can just try to recover, you know, because Shinra is almost dead. Like, he's on the floor dying, so they take him back to the hospital, and that's the end of the nether, you know? And so now is the post stuff, you know, the aftermath. Shinra is getting healed up by, oh, okay. So yeah. Shinra is being healed up in Company 6 by Captain Huang, and Leonard Burns shows up, and he's just like, Shinra, I have all the information that you need for everything that I know, everything that you need to know. But I have to know that you're ready to take this information and so fight me to show me if you're strong enough. And Shinra, you know, just getting out of the hospital, just getting discharged, he's just like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And the assistant who's taking care of him, he recognizes her. I just don't remember who it is, but assistant. There you go. Yeah, it's not gonna show up. Well, whatever. Yeah, he recognizes the assistant that's taking care of him. I don't remember who it is. It's been a long time. I swear. And yeah, he's just like, all right, I'll fight you. They start fighting. It's a really cool fight, honestly. It's just a lot of morals clashing and all that. And Shinra, he impresses Burns, and he's just like, all right, I'll tell you. And he tells him basically everything that Sho told him, just learning more information about what happened, how it happened, what Leonard did to help Shinra and all that, and just why Sho was kidnapped. He learns that it was the evangelist that turned his mother into an inferno, and that the inferno that Shinra wanted to kill this entire time, the one who he thought was supposedly killed his mother, was actually his mother. And so he's just like, wow, this is really life changing. And he's like, all right, well, that's all I really need to tell you. If you need any help, let me know. I'll check you out. And so Shino's like, all right, but so he goes back to the company. Everybody's there, everybody's happy, but they're still doing work. And so they're just like, yo, welcome back, Shino. Everybody's lit. They have a little party. Hibana's there, and everything's cool. And that's the end of season 1. And man, it was a lot of stuff to go over. Now that I realize it, it is a lot of stuff that I had to go over. And season 2 is probably not going to be any better, like in terms of going over how much stuff there actually happened in it, because a lot of stuff actually happened in this arc, and I mean in this season. And that's the one thing I didn't expect when going into the show, was that there was going to be plot, because I thought it was literally just going to be like, oh yeah, main character wins, fan service, some cool animation. But no, it was really cool with the story stuff. There is what's it called? Like, there is the main character winning type stuff, but not a lot. At least from what I saw it. There's also fan service, but that's mostly with Tamaki. And there is cool animation, which adds on to the story. So in my eyes, I think this is a complete dub. This is a complete win. So, Fire Force is 7.5, honestly. This season was a 7.5. I enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. But it's still, it's fan service. It's there. I don't really care, Like, it's like, oh, haha, funny. It's sexual. But I don't really care, So it didn't detract from the story for me, because the story was really good. I enjoyed the story a lot, because I didn't do a great job summarizing this, because A, it wasn't directly after I watched the show, and B, a lot happened in it, so I tried my best to condense it down, so it may not come off as like good if you're just hearing me talk about it. But my recommendation, I recommend it. Like, I really do recommend watching the show. If you don't mind the fan service, you can look past that. You'll see a good story, good fights, good characters. You'll see a lot. So yeah, that's basically it. Honestly, I finally got this out of the way. Oh man, and now I can watch season 2. Oh man, but yeah, that was my Fire Force thing. It was a Fire Force review. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have a great, fantastic day. And as always, I'll check y'all out.